Good morning, students. So today we are going to start a new topic, that is determinants. This is chapter number 4. Now determinants is related to matrices. So at first let's try to understand what a determinant is. Okay. So for that what we'll do, we will take system of linear equations. So let two system of linear equations be a1x plus b1y equals to c1 and a2x plus b2y is equals to C2. Now students, in class 10 you have learned if two system of linear equations are there, then how do you find the uniqueness of its solution? If a1 by a2 is not equals to b1 by b2, then this system of linear equation will have unique solution. Right? Now this thing can be written as a1 b2 not equals to a2 b1, and hence a1 b2 minus of a2 b1 is not equals to 0. So this was how we find the uniqueness of solution of a system of linear equations. Okay. Now this same linear equations can be written in matrix form as a1, a2, b1, b2 multiplied to x, y will be equals to c1, c2. And you can check, you see, if you multiply these two matrices, then what will you get? a1 x plus b1 y, a2x plus b2y equals to c1 and c2, and hence a1x plus b1y will be equals to c1. Why? Because two matrices are equal, and a2x plus b2y will be equals to c2. Thus this matrix, let me take this as matrix A. So A equals to a1 b1 a2 b2 will determine the uniqueness of these two equations. Okay, and hence this is said to be determinant of matrix A. Okay, I think so it's clear. Why do we find determinant? To check the uniqueness of a solution. Okay, so there are a few points which you have to keep in mind related to determinants. Okay, so the first one is determinant of A, where A is any matrix, is also written as this DETA. In short, you can write as DETA, or this way also you can write, or delta. So this way we can write determinant of any matrix. Okay, so for matrix A, this thing is read as determinant of A and not modulus A. Is it clear? So normally when you find modulus, you write it this way, na? But here in case of matrix, this means determinant of any matrix A. Only square matrices have determinants. So if you get any square matrix, then only you can find its determinant. So now we will learn how to find determinant of any matrix. So for that there are some rules. So let A is equals to a11, a12, a21 and a22. Then how will you find this determinant? Determinant of A is given by a11, a22, a11, a22 minus a21, a12. Okay, you cross the elements a1, a22 minus a21, a12 will give you a determinant of a matrix whose order is 2. So next we will take a matrix of order 3. So let A equals to a11, a12, a13, next a21, a22, a23, a31, a32 and a33. So how will you find the determinant of this matrix? So determinant of A will be equals to, see what will you do? So I am taking the elements of first row. You can take the elements of other row or column wise also you can find it out. Okay. So first of all I will pick 1 elements from the first row. So first element is A11. So next what will I do is corresponding column and row I'll cancel. Okay. And we are left with what? these 4 elements. Okay. Next you apply this rule again, and hence what will you get? A22, A33, A22, A33 minus A23, A32, minus of A23, A32. I think so it's clear all of you. I'm repeating again. First of all, I'm picking one element from row 1. Okay. So the first element is A11. So next what will you do? The corresponding column and row you cancel. Hence you are left with these 4 elements. Now here you apply this rule. That is A22, A33 minus A23, A32. Next what will you do? Before taking the second element, you will insert a negative sign. So minus A12, it is of this form, positive, negative, and then positive again. Okay. So A12, corresponding column and row you cancel. You are left with these 4 elements now, right? Hence, for these 4 elements, you find the determinant again. Hence, what will you get? A21, A33, A21, A33 minus A31, A23, A31, A23, and finally the last one is plus A13. I'm taking the last element of the first row. So corresponding column and row you cancel. You are left with these 4 elements. Again find this determinant. So what will you get? A21, A32, A21, A32 minus A22, A31, A22, A31. Okay. So here what I have done, I have taken the elements of the first row. Similarly, you can find the determinant of this matrix taking the elements of the second row or first column or second column. Any way you can find it out. Okay. So these are the methods of finding determinant of matrix whose order is 2 and 3. I think so it's clear. Let's do few questions based on finding determinants. Okay. So the first exercise, that is 4.1, is totally based on finding determinants. So the first is a matrix of order 2, and you are given to find the determinant of this. So apply the rule. So what will you do? 2 into minus 1 minus of 4 into minus 5 will give you minus 2 plus 20, that is equals to how much? 18. So 18 is the determinant of the given matrix. Now the next one is also a matrix of order 2. So let's find this determinant. So this has to be multiplied. So x squared minus x plus 1 multiplied to x plus 1 minus of x plus 1 into x minus 1. X plus 1 into x minus 1. Now simplify, you will get the answer. So x square into x is x cube plus x square minus x square minus x plus 1 minus of x plus 1, x minus 1 is equals to x square minus 1. Now open the bracket, and here you see some of the terms are cancelling. So x cube plus 1 minus x square plus 1 will give you x cube minus x square plus 2. So this is the determinant of the given matrix. Now in the next question, that is number 4, a determinant is given and you are given to prove that determinant of thrice A is equals to 27 into determinant of A. So left hand side and right hand side, we will find it out separately. So left hand side is determinant of thrice A. So determinant of thrice A will be equals to this whole matrix, each of the elements you have to multiply it by 3. Hence you will get 3, 0, 3, 0, 3, 6, 0, 0, 12. Now find out this determinant. So you will get, so what will you do is, first of all pick the first element from the first row. So 3 multiplied to, now corresponding column and row you cancel, you are left with these 4 elements. So find this determinant. So 3 into 12, that is 36, minus 0 into 6, that will be equals to 0 itself. Next, minus of second element. Now second element is 0 and 0 multiplied by anything will be 0 itself. So we will directly write 0. Okay. And the last element is 3. So plus 3. Again corresponding column and row you cancel. You will get 0 into 0, that will be equals to 0. Minus 3 into 0, that is also equals to 0. So you're left with only these two elements, that is 36 into 3. And what is 36 into 3? That will be equals to 108. Now we'll find the right hand side and check whether we're getting the same answer or not. Now the right hand side is 27 into determinant of A is equals to 27 multiplied by determinant of A. You find it out. So for that, again repeat the procedure. Pick the first element from the first row, that is 1. So 1 multiplied 2, corresponding column and row you cancel. Remaining 4 elements are there. You find the determinant. So what will you get? 1 into 4, 4 minus 0. 4 minus 0. Minus of second element, that is equals to 0. And as I told you, 0 multiplied by anything is 0. So we will not find the determinant of the remaining elements. Plus 1, that is the last element. Corresponding column and row you cancel. So what will you get? 0 into 0, that is 0 minus 1 into 0, that is also equals to 0. So 1 multiplied by 0 minus 0. So here again you are left with 4 and here 27. So 27 into 4 will be equals to 108. So left hand side is equals to right hand side, hence verified. So let's take one more matrix whose order is 3. So we will find the determinant of this matrix now. Okay, here again determinant of A is equals to, take the first element, that is 1, corresponding column and row you cancel, column and row got cancelled, you are left with these 4 elements. So find its determinant. So 1 into minus 9 is equals to minus 9, minus of 4 into minus 3, 4 into minus 3 is equals to how much? Minus 12, already one minus is present, hence it will be equals to plus 12, minus of second element, here again corresponding column and row you cancel, you are left with these 4 elements. So find out its determinant. 2 into minus 9 is equals to minus 18, minus 5 into minus 3, that is equals to how much? Minus 15, but since already one minus sign is present, so it will be equals to plus 15. And finally the last element, that is minus 2 multiplied 2, corresponding column and row you cancel, you are left with these 4 elements. So find out its determinant. 2 into 4, 8, minus 5 into 1, that is equals to 5. So 1 multiplied to 12 minus 9 is 3, minus 1 multiplied to minus 18 plus 15 is minus 3, minus 2 into 8 minus 5, that is equals to 3 again. So 3 plus 3 minus 6 will be equals to 0. Hence this is the determinant of the given matrix. Okay, so I think so it's clear all of you how to find determinant of any matrix. Okay, now next question number 7 and 8 are of same kind. Here is given that if determinant of this is equals to determinant of this, then x is equals to how much? Here see the values of x are not given now. You have to find out the values of x here. So how will you do that? Now remember one thing, these two are not matrices. Here the determinants are equal. If two matrices are equal, then corresponding elements are equal. Directly we write, but in case of determinants you cannot write it directly. Okay, instead what you will do, you will find the determinant of the left side matrix, you will find the determinant of the right hand side matrix and then equate it. Okay, so let's do the sum. So here determinant of this will be equals to x into x, x squared, minus 18 into 2, that is 36, which is equals to 6 into 6, 36, minus 18 into 2, that is also equals to 36, and hence x square minus 36 is equals to 0, and from here x square is equals to 36 and x is equals to how much? Plus minus 6. Hence the correct answer is option number B. Okay, so this first exercise, that is 4.1, is totally based on basics, that means how to find determinant. Okay, so you practice this and your basics will be clear. So till now we have learned how to find determinant by expanding the elements of the first row, right? So questions will be there where you will be given to find determinant applying properties also. Okay, so if you know the properties, it becomes easier to get the answer. Okay, so the first one is the value of the determinant remains unchanged if its rows and columns are interchanged. Suppose a matrix is given and the value of the determinant remains unchanged, and you find the determinant of that matrix. Okay, so if you interchange the rows and columns of that particular matrix and then find its determinant, then also you will get the same value. Clear? Next is, if any two rows or columns of a determinant are interchanged, then sign of determinant changes. So suppose matrix is given, and while finding the determinant you are interchanging any two rows or any two columns. Okay, that means row 1 is becoming row 2 and column 1 interchanges with column 2. Okay, then what happens if you interchange them? A negative sign should be inserted. Clear all of you? So I think so you have noticed while finding inverse of any matrix using elementary transformation I have interchanged rows, right? So in that case you will not change the sign, okay? But in case of determinant, while you find the value of any determinant, if you interchange any row or column, then don't forget to insert a negative sign there, okay? Next, number 3 is if any two rows or columns of a determinant are identical, then value of determinant is 0. So suppose a matrix is given where any two rows or any two columns are identical, that means same elements are present. Then by looking at the matrix directly, its determinant will be equals to 0. Okay. Next, number 4 is if each element of a row or column of a determinant is multiplied by a constant k. So suppose the determinant is defined as A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2 and A3, B3, C3. So what you are doing is you are multiplying a constant k to each element of any one row or any one column. Suppose I am multiplying the constant to the first row. Okay. So determinant of this will be equals to what? That its value gets multiplied by k. That means determinant of this matrix will be equals to k into determinant of A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2 and A3, B3, C3. Okay. And the next property is property number 5, which states if some or all elements of a row or column of a determinant are expressed as sum of two or more terms, then the determinant can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. So it's given that sum or all elements of a row. That means you will take all the elements of a row or column or some elements of a row or column of a determinant and express it as sum of two or more terms. For example, suppose determinant of A1 plus lambda 1, A2 plus lambda 2, A3 plus lambda 3. So what am I doing is to each of the elements of the row of the first row I am adding terms, okay, and those are lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, and the next are B1, B2, B3 and C1, C2 and C3. So this will be equals to what? It can be expressed as sum of two or more determinants. So you will separate it and write it as what? A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3 plus the next determinant will be what? Lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, next B1, B2, B3 and C1, C2 and C3. So this is the meaning of property 5. Okay. So to each of the elements of the determinant, if you are adding terms and expressed as those are expressed as the sum of two terms, then what will you do? This whole determinant can be expressed as two separate determinants. And the last property, that is property number 6, is if to each element of any row or column the equimultiples of corresponding elements of other row or column are added. So what you will do, first of all you take a determinant A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3 and C1, C2, C3. Okay. So next what you will do is to each element of any row, suppose to each elements of the first row I am adding equimultiples of corresponding elements of other row. So equimultiples means suppose A1 is added to equimultiple of other row. So let me take the third row element. So A1 plus KC1, next will be A2 plus, I am adding equimultiples, so KC2, and next will be A3 plus KC3. Okay, and this will be the matrix after adding the equimultiples of the third row. Okay, the determinant of this will be equals to how much? See, first of all you will apply the previous determinant property, and hence you'll get A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3 plus KC1, KC2, KC3, next B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3. Next, I have already given you one property that if any scalar quantity is multiplied, then that will be equals to that number multiplied into its determinant. Okay. Now here you see another thing. C1, C2, C3 to first row and third row are identical. Hence determinant of this will be equals to 0. Determinant of this is equals to 0 and this will be equals to, the answer for this determinant will be equals to what? The original determinant only before adding by equimultiples of other row or column, that is A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3 and C1, C2, C3. So these were the 6 properties which you have to keep in mind. If you are thorough with these properties, then the sums related to this are very easy. Okay. So with this I end today's class. You practice once, and if you have any doubt then let me know. Okay. So thank you students. Stay home, stay safe.